I'm so pretty, you guys. Here we go. Oh, let's switch this around. We are at RCC Calls, Speck Warehouse. We're with Hayden Richard.
Richard?
Richard.
There we go.
I'm learning while I'm down here.
There we go.
And Bill Daniels. And I know, Bill, we get tons of questions at Speck Warehouse. What's the difference between the bore size on all your calls?
Yep.
So while I'm here, I'm going to ask the man that can tell me.
The 3/4 bore is one of the easiest calls to run. It's more user-friendly. It's not as sensitive on back pressure. In other words, it's not as critical to get your hands in the perfect spot. It'll still run in different hand positions. The 5/8, a little bit more finicky on hand position. Good all-around call. That's our call that we started Riceland with, and still our main call. I made the 1/2-inch call last year, trying to go back to the old days when I learned how to call. That was the style call that we learned how to use around Louisiana. That's what everybody used. Everybody around here nowadays uses the big bore call, so I thought I'd go back to the small bore call, give the geese a different sound. I changed it up a little bit from the old design. The 1/2-inch call is a little bit easier to use. It's got a little bit more volume. It's really good for finishing pressured birds. It works really good. It runs really quiet, and you can run it with very little air. But I think that's the main difference. The 1/2-inch is probably the most finicky on hand position. The 5/8, not so much. The 3/4 is really user-friendly, and that's the call I recommend to most people starting out, or even advanced callers. That's what most of our callers use for contests, as well as guides and hunters around this area. They love the 3/4.
It's just more versatile, actually. You know, you don't realize that the 3/4, you can really push it, and it actually gets pretty quiet. And like you said, the hand position wise, it just makes it user friendly. Honestly, the 3/4 is probably one of the better calls to run. Now, is it the only call we recommend? No. The 5/8 has its place because it has a little more. I feel like the 5/8 has more of a. You can get a little more throaty sounds out of it, probably on the bottom end, on that mid range. And in the 1/2, you can get really that throaty sounds, that really good buzz on the bottom end. Honestly, it's exactly a good way to put it. Like your 1/2, you can get really good bottom out of it. Your 5/8, you have a really good middle. And the 3/4, it does a lot. It does everything. It covers all the bases, but you can really push on it. And because of the easiness of the call, you can really push on that call and not have to worry about just blowing over it or falling off of it or messing up. You know, that's the beauty of it, the 3/4. But it does do everything, really.
Yeah. And on any given day, one call, they're all three just a small pitch change in all three of them. Some days I use the 1/2-inch, it works better. Some days they don't want the 1/2-inch, they listen to the 3/4 better. I personally carry one of each on my lanyard. I'm not telling you need one of each, but it helps some days on slow days where you can grab one. If they don't respond to it, you grab the other one and they will respond to it. Some days they won't respond to any of them, but having a choice on slow, stale days, it helps you maybe get a few more geese every now and then.
True.
All right, guys, there you go. There's the description. There's what you've got going on. Check it out. Speck Warehouse, RCC Custom Calls. Thanks, guys.
Later.